So it'll be Supta Baddha Konasana, having our blocks on the lowest or medium setting, soles of the feet together, and the knees come out to the sides. Finding a comfortable position for where the blocks can settle under your thighs, so you resist having any tension, any muscular activation, but rather we soften to our fullest capacity. Once your legs, your hips settle into this position, decide what to do with the arms. If your shoulders feel tight or if there's tension in the neck, perhaps cactus arms would be fitting for you this morning. If you're feeling a little frazzled or stressed, I would recommend taking your left hand to cover your heart and your right hand to your low belly. I'd like to invite us all to close our eyes this morning. If having your eyes closed is an uncomfortable sensation for you, then you are welcome to leave your eyes open. However, I'd like to take the first few minutes to settle, to calm down, to de-stress. Rather, just focusing on being still, quiet, and at ease. Oftentimes in life, we don't feel as if the pieces fall into place easily. Sometimes there's hard work, practice, or patience involved into achieving our goals. Sometimes life feels a little more like a puzzle and there's no rhyme or reason for the things we tend to deal with. This morning, we will explore the idea of putting the pieces together to gauge where we're at within our body, within our minds, within our spirits, seeing what feels welcome, what we have to work on, in an effort to apply this into our everyday lives. How do we take the complicated pieces to fit them together into somewhat of a whole, to help manage our stress and to feel more in control, and most importantly, peaceful within our life. So take your last few breaths here. If you had decided on one hand position and perhaps you'd like to switch, give yourself that permission to do so, knowing you never have to stay exactly where you are. You're always welcome to change your mind. Slowly begin to wiggle the fingers. You can wiggle your toes, finding small movements, inviting it back into the body. Gently reaching down and releasing the block, setting them off to the side, lifting the knees and pausing for a round of breath with the legs united together. Making sure your feet are hip distance, right ankle over left knee, flex the right foot, then inhale, knees to chest, thread the right arm through the triangular shaped opening, flex and engage both feet. Allow your tailbone to press down to the earth and then the low back to engage into the earth as well. Energetically press the right knee further away from you and the left shin or the left hamstrings into the hands more. Keep your breath soft and even, no stress. For the last couple of breaths here, perhaps change your hand position to straighten the left foot up to the ceiling. You can flex and draw the toes down toward your face or point, maybe circles through the ankle. If you would like more sensation, you can always take the hands up to the calf, up towards the heel, being mindful of keeping the tailbone and the low back down, and then engaging, lengthening up through the leg, pulling the leg bone into the hip, and breathing there. Don't force the arms into strange position. Keep the shoulders down the back. The arms shouldn't be working. The legs should be working. And then carefully bend your left knee. Set the foot to the left side of your sticky mat towards the edge. Drop the knees to the right, arms into cactus shape on the floor. Couple of breaths here. You can look to the left. You can wiggle your left foot further to the left for deeper sensation, but backing off or readjusting is necessary for any uncomfortable sensations. Carefully as you inhale, lift the leg, set the left foot, the right foot back to hip distance, and we'll go to the other side. Left ankle over right knee, flex your left foot, inhale, knees to chest. Again, set up the pose, dropping the tailbone down towards the floor, press the low back down, energetically guide the left knee away from you, and then press the right leg into the hands. Again, allow the shoulders to stay soft. Little to no work there. We don't want to fire up any unnecessary muscles. Last few breaths again, find a similar position to what you did on the previous side. Maybe this side is tighter and backing off is better for you. Again, you can explore lifting the hands up towards the heel, towards the calf, but try not to change your foundation so the tailbone is down, the low back is down. You can play with the right foot, pointing, circle. And then carefully bend the right knee, set the foot to the right side of your mat, drop the knees to the left, arms into a cactus shape. 3 breaths here, turning your gaze to the right, wiggling the right foot further off to the side, or omitting any of the suggestions. Slowly, carefully lift the right foot, set the left foot down next to the right. Inhale, knees to chest, wrap the arms around your shins, give yourself a delightful hug and squeeze in. And then carefully roll to one side, rest for a moment, press into the hands, come on up to a seated pose and right away into your tabletop position. Beautiful. Setting up your hands, making sure the fingers are loosely spread apart, not too wide, not too close. Press into the pads of the fingertips, knees under your hips. As you inhale, pull the belly in. As you exhale, try and pull your chest through the hands and send your tailbone straight back. Balance here, lift the right arm and the left leg. Try and point your left hip straight down to the floor and left big toe. Internally rotate it towards the middle of your mat. Lengthen out through the hand, through the foot. Lift the left leg. Hold here for 3 more breaths. Adding, subtracting anything into this position that feels good for you. Notice what your shoulders are doing. Are you hiking them up to your ears? Can you soften the shoulder blades down the back? Depress the scapula. Right arm out to the right. Left leg out to the left. Awkward airplane. Pull into the belly. Lift the left foot. Lift your chest. Try not to dump down to the floor. Keep leaning forward into the left hand. Set the left foot down to the floor, out to the left. Right hand comes down. Walk the hands in and up to your hips. So you're in a kneeling position. Left hand down, left leg. Lift the right arm straight up. Lift the right knee up to the right hip. And then side stretch to your left. Resist dumping down, sticking your tailbone or your booties back. Keep the hips pressing forward. Gaze is up toward your right middle finger. Pull the belly in. Arms out into a T. Carefully set the right hand down to the floor, 1.5 feet away from the leg. Lift the left leg. Lift the arm. Press the hips forward. Lift the right knee up to the hip point and keep the foot flat. Allow your head to lift so it's in line with your spine rather than dropping it down to the floor. Carefully set your left foot down, pull yourself up, and then hands to the floor. Uncurl your right toes, allow the right knee to wing out like a child's pose, and then sink your hips back and down. Keep the left foot planted. Hands come out like child's, like puppy pose as we bring the forehead down. Readjust at any place that is uncomfortable. Concentrate on lifting the left inner thigh up away from the floor to feel the outer edge of the left foot into the earth. Inhale, lift your chest, bring the left foot back in, right knee back in. Readjust, shake out anything that has some maybe pain or stiffness, lovely. And then we'll go to the other side. Pull your chest through the hands, pull the belly in, sitting bones back. Left arm comes forward, right leg up and back, and then consciously rotate that right hip point down, right big toe down. Stick with that action. Very mindful, active engagement to sustain balance and mindfulness. Shift the weight into the right fingertips. Into your awkward airplane, left arm out, right leg out. Lift the right inner thigh, press through the heel, lean into the right hand. Set the right foot down, hands come in and up to your hips. Again, set it up. Left knee lifts up to the left hip point, right inner thigh is away from the floor. Hands set onto your right knee as you lift the left arm up and then over to the right. Lift your chest, draw it over the pelvis, hips move forward. Good. Perhaps look up towards your left finger. Remember, it's never about how far your hand can go down towards your foot. It's about how long and high you can get up towards the ceiling for a deeper stretch. Hands come up into a T. Then carefully set the left hand down 1.5 feet away from the left leg as you lift the right foot. Flex the foot, active inner right thigh, press the pelvis forward so it's over the left knee. Carefully set the right foot down, pull yourself up, and then hands to the mat. Left knee wings out like child's pose. Uncurl your left toes and sink the hips back a little or a lot. Keep the right inner thigh lifted. Plant down through the outer edge of the right foot. Forehead can be on the floor or up. Arms outstretched. Carefully inhale, lift yourself up, tabletop, shake out anything that needs it, and then find your way to downward facing dog. Knees slide back 6 inches, curl the toes, hips up and back. For the first couple of breaths, make any movements, walking your dog, lifting one leg. You can also be still and static, embracing your down dog as a restful pose and a home place to be. And then slowly, we'll all find our way into a still and stable down dog, pressing down and forward with the hands, lengthening the arms, trying to externally rotate the shoulders by drawing the armpits in towards each other. Move your hips up and back, and sink the heels towards the floor with a subtle bend in your knees. Inhale, lift the right leg, keep your right hip pointing straight down, flex your right foot or point your toes straight up and back. Twist your chest to the left leg and lift your right leg another inch. Open the right hip up on top of the left, bend the knee, look at your left thigh and try and point your right shoulder more towards it. Lift the right knee a little higher. Exhale, right foot forward, left knee to the mat, low lunge. Arms come on up overhead. Draw your chest 2 inches back over your hips. Keep it there, then allow the pelvis to move forward and down. Draw the ribs down, reach up through the fingers, but soften into the shoulders, into the neck. Right hand finds your hip, lengthen up with the left hand and over to your right. Look down at the floor to see your mat and dangle the fingers carefully to the mat. If you're in a longer lunge, if your hips are moving down and forward, you might surprise yourself to find the fingers lightly on the floor. Again, the goal is not to go for max position, it's to find a stretch and length in the side body. So resist flattening your palm or walking it out. We're not trying to lay down here. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, hands down, step to down dog. Take a breath there. Feel the difference between sides. Inhale, lift the left leg. Try and point that left hip straight down. Flex or point your left toes. Thinking about lifting the left foot higher as you sink the right heel down. And then lift the left hip open on top of the right. Bend the knee. Twist your chest to the right thigh. Press into the hands to lengthen the arms. Exhale, left foot forward, right knee to your mat. Again, if you have your right foot a couple inches further away from 90 degrees under the hip, you might be more comfortable on the knee. So lift your arms as you feel ready. Draw your chest 2 inches back over the pelvis. Keep it there, then allow the hips to move down and forward. Getting a better and bigger psoas stretch. Left hand to the hip, press up through the right fingers, and then stretch over to the left. Nothing should change in the bottom half of the body as you look down and sink the fingers towards the floor. Inhale, carefully lift both arms. Exhale, hands down around your left foot. Step to the top of your mat into a halfway lift, monkey pose. Hands to shins. Press firmly. Shift your weight forward into your toes. Press the heels down. Lift up through your sitting bones. Carefully bend your knees. Exhale, fingertips towards the floor. Let the head dangle. Again, inhale halfway into your lift. Fingers to the mat or hands to shins. Shift the weight into the toes. Exhale, belly in and fold. One more time. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, release. Reverse your swan dive. Bend your knees, arms out to the side, up overhead. And exhale, float the arms carefully to your sides. Roll out the shoulders, move them one way, and then move them the other. Keep the neck soft and easy. As you inhale, look up and reach up. Exhale, bend your knees to forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, set the hands, step back high, push up for an extra inhalation here. As you exhale, lower down, maybe to the belly, or if you're ready, hover. Inhale, cobra or upward facing, your choice. Roll over the toes, downward facing. Smooth, long inhales and exhales. Continuing to work and warm up the body in your down dog. Switch your gaze forward, and as you're ready, step up to the top of your mat into your halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale and bow. Inhale, rise all the way on up. And exhale, float the arms down to your sides. Inhale, lift the arms, lift the gaze. Exhale, forward fold, sweep the hands down. Inhale into your halfway lift. Exhale, set the hands, step back to plank. As you exhale, lower down, work to hover. Keep the hips in line with the shoulders, bend to the belly, finding your cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, roll over the toes, downward facing dog. Use your breath to sync your movements, feeling the rhythm and natural ability to flow in and out of postures, making it a conscious effort to work into and out of postures. If we get lazy as we enter and exit poses, we sometimes find we injure ourselves. So that is just as important as when we are in the pose itself. When you're ready, look forward, step, hop, float to the top of the mat into your inhale halfway. Exhale, bow. Inhale, rise all the way on up, stretch up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, arms to the side, Samasthiti. One more, inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale to plank or straight back, catch it, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. From here on out, you're always welcome to skip the vinyasas. You can go straight to down dog if you need a moment in child's pose. These are always available to you. Above all else, please remember this is your practice and honor your body that you brought today. Finishing our rounds of Surya Namaskar A, look forward, step, hop up to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, bow. Inhale, rise all the way up. And exhale, hands come down to your sides. Bringing the hands in front of the heart, we'll balance on the right foot, bringing the left foot in and up for tree pose. Finding the left foot to your right calf, or if your hip allows, to the inner right thigh. Press down into the right heel, into the right big toe. Lift up through the chest. Keep your collarbone wide. Hands can stay in front of the heart, or you can lift your arms up. Press the left heel into the inner right thigh, right inner thigh to the left heel. Keep the left knee tracking downward. Carefully lift your left knee up and out in front of you and set the foot to the floor. Shift your weight over to the left, bring the right foot into your Vrikshasana. The heel presses into the thigh presses into the heel. Press down into the left leg, make the left leg lift, become taller. If you're ready, you can grow your tree, arms overhead. Carefully lift your right knee out in front of you and set the foot to the floor. Wherever you had traveled to, step up to the top of the mat and take an inhale, lift the arms overhead. Exhale and forward fold. Inhale, halfway, hands to shins. Exhale, fingers down, step the left foot back, leave the knee lifted. Runner's lunge, hands frame your feet so the toes are in line with your fingers. Inhale, pull the chest through, lift the left thigh, press the right hip back. Pull your chest forward, lift your hands, sweep them back, palms in towards each other. As you inhale, lift your chest, lift the arms. As you exhale, sweep the arms back, keep the collarbone wide. Lean into the right foot like you're about to pop off of the left foot onto the right. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, sweep the arms back, thumbs face down. Left palm to the floor inside the right foot. Sweep the right arm up and open the chest into a nice twist. Draw the left shoulder away from the ear. Twist your chest open and up to the sky. Right hand comes down around your foot, then set your hands a foot in front of you. Lean into the right foot, lift the left leg up. Point your left hip down. Point your toes up. Draw your head down towards your toes. Look to your toes. Exhale, set the left foot down next to the right. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to shins. Exhale, fingers to the floor. Step the right foot back, runner's lunge, fingers line up with your toes. Left hip back, left knee forward, right thigh up. Pull the chest forward and through. When you're ready, balancing on the feet, sweep the arms back, thumbs down. Inhale, rise up, arms overhead. Exhale, sweep the arms back, chest forward. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, sweep it back. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, hands stretch back. Right hand down inside left foot, left arm on up. Broaden across the collarbone, press the left knee forward, drop the left hip down. Beautiful. Left hand frames your left foot. Send the hands forward, lift your right leg. Point the right hip down and the toes up. Try and bring your eyes straight down to your left toes. As you exhale, release right foot next to left. Inhale, halfway. Exhale and bow. Inhale, rise all the way on up. And exhale, bring your hands in front of your heart. Leaning onto the right foot, lift the left knee into your chest, flex your foot. Lift the right knee up to the right hip. Left hand outside, left knee, right hand in front of your heart. Left knee out to the left. Left knee back to center. Right hand outside left knee, left arm stretches back. If you're ready, you can start to turn your gaze more to the side, maybe towards the left thumb. Inhale, back forward, hands in front of your heart. Exhale, bend forward, left foot sweeps back through the air, warrior three. And then an easy step down, bend the right knee, set the left toes to the back of the mat for your high lunge, arms overhead. Beautiful. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, warrior two. Plant that left foot down, hug the right hip back, bend into the front knee, fidget into your pose, adjusting your stance. Right palm flips, reverse your warrior. Right arm up and back. Again, it's not about how far down your left hand can go. It's about how much you can reach up and back. One more time, bend into the front knee. Inhale, forward warrior two. Exhale, right forearm across your thigh. Left arm sweeps forward. Keep the entire arm and shoulder in your vision. Press the right hip straight back. Lengthen the right side of your chest and twist it up and open. Left palm to the floor inside the right foot. Spin the left heel up as the right arm stretches up. We'll find each of these poses 2 more times. Right forearm to your right thigh, left foot plants, left arm lifts. Keep the right hip pressing back. If you'd like to bring the right hand to the floor outside the right foot, you're welcome to do so. Left palm down inside right foot, right arm stretches up, left heel up. One more time as we readjust the hips, now opening them towards the left while you hug the right hip back. And again, set the left foot to the floor inside the right foot, square your hips down, lift the right arm. Right hand inside right foot, heel toe the right foot to the outer edge of your sticky mat, turning the toes slightly out. Leave the left knee lifted or set the knee down. Lizard lunge, you can stay up on your hands. You're always welcome to grab a block so you can rest your forearms down on your prop. You can also just come down to the forearms on your mat. Wherever you are, let's work to keep the right knee hugging in towards your right shoulder. They don't have to touch, but just allow the knee to stay up over the ankle. Pull your chest through the arms, broaden across the collarbone. Come on up to your hands. Carefully step back, plank. Your choice, lower down the vinyasa or go to downward facing dog. We will meet there. As you're ready, look forward, step, hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway. Exhale and bow. Inhale, rise all the way on up. And exhale, release the arms down. Bring your hands in front of your heart. Lean into the left, lift the right knee. Flex your foot, lift the left knee up to the left hip point, belly in. Right hand outside right knee, left hand in front of your heart. Keep standing up tall. Right knee comes out to the right. Hug the left hip in. And then right knee back to center. Left hand outside right knee, right arm stretches back. Come back to center, hands in front of your heart. And then carefully shift the weight forward, chest forward, right leg goes up and back into the air. Little bend in the left knee as you set the right foot down into your high lunge. Beautiful transitions. Inhale here. Exhale, set the right foot down, warrior two. Again, set that left hip straight back, right hip point rolls down and forward. Then twist your chest open to the right side of your mat. Left palm flips, reverse your warrior, reach up with the left hand and then back. Don't crunch in the right side to go for an extreme position. Just embrace that beautiful side stretch. Inhale, forward warrior two. Exhale, left forearm across your thigh, sweep the right arm gracefully forward, reach through the right fingertips, press the right shoulder down away from the ear. Keep the bend in the knee as you lengthen the left side body and twist your chest forward and up. Right palm sets down inside the left foot, right heel up, left arm up. Left forearm across your thigh, right foot plants, right arm lifts. A breath here. And then if you took the option to set your left fingers to the floor outside the foot, you're welcome to. Right palm down inside the foot, right heel up, left arm up. Left palm down or forearm across the thighs. We find one more. Utthita Parsva Konasana. Right palm down, left arm up, simple twist. Left hand down inside the left foot, finding your way to lizard lunge. Left toes turn out so that the knee still tracks over the second and third toe. Press the knee forward and in, and then your choice. Use a block for your forearms, come down to the forearms on your mat. Pull the chest through, press the right thigh up and back. Come on up to the hands. Step back to your plank pose. Lower down or lift the hips up and back. Couple of breaths in your downward facing dog. Looking forward, step or hop to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Look at your feet, make sure they're hip distance. Take your pointer, middle finger, and thumb around your big toes. If this is inaccessible, please hang on to your ankles, whichever position is best for you. Inhale, halfway again, straight arms, pull your chest forward, weight to your toes. Lift up through your sitting bones. Exhale, bow. Chest goes down the legs. Shoulders up and away from your ears. As you inhale, work your chest, lift it. As you exhale, bring the chest further down the leg, lean into the toes, lift up through the sitting bones. Inhale halfway. Listen carefully or allow your gaze to turn up towards me. I'm going to hold on to my right foot. Left fingers come up and over to the left side of the corner of my mat. I'm going to lean to my left foot, pull my right foot up a couple of inches off the mat, and then start to lift my chest as I bring my right leg up and out. A little bend in your left knee, and then carefully continue to lift your chest and bring the arm up and out. I think this is a fire hydrant in the vinyasa world. I don't know what it is classically. Woo! Left hand down, right foot comes carefully down, and then you'll jump switch your sides. So let's do this together. Inhale up onto straight arms, left hand to the upper left corner. Put your weight into the left foot, pull the right foot up. This might be where you stay. Maybe this is enough work. Maybe you work to lift the right leg up and out. Again, lift the chest, maybe up onto the left fingertips, left arm up and out. Again, if that chest stays lifted like warrior three, this becomes a lot more accessible. Fine. And then carefully set your left hand down and your right foot down. Shake it out. And we'll go to the other side. Hold on to your left big toe, right hand to the upper right corner. Lean to the right foot, lift the left foot. Lift the left leg up and out to the left. Maybe lift the chest up onto the right fingertips, little bend into the right knee to float the arm up and out. Maybe you wobble out of it. I wish Deanna was here. She's so good at this pose. And then carefully set your foot down, your arm down. Might not have been graceful, but that's okay. Inhale up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way on up. And exhale, arms down to your sides. Beautiful. Breath there. Hands in front of the heart. Oh, Sandy, I hope you're all right. And then we balance. I looked up and Sandy, I don't know what she's doing. Okay. Oh, no, she's taking pictures. That's terrible. Okay. Leaning into the right foot, lift the left knee. Oh, my gosh, I'm falling over now. Take two. Lift the right knee. Lift your belly. All right. Left hand to your left knee. Right hand stays in front of the heart. Take the left knee out to the side. Left knee back to center. Right hand outside left knee. Stay here or slide the right hand down to the outer edge of your left foot. Stretch the left foot forward. Left arm stretches back. The revolution. And then carefully bring your left knee into the chest. Find your warrior three. Hold your warrior three. If there's an arm position you like, please feel free to take it. I like to leave my hands in front of my heart. Little bend in your right knee. Find a high lunge, arms overhead. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, right palm flips. Exhale, reverse. Add the half bind, left hand around the waist towards the crease of your right hip. Bend deeper into the knee. Inhale, forward warrior two. Exhale, forearm across your thigh or hand outside the foot to the floor. Left arm stretches forward. Inhale all the way up to warrior two. Into your reverse, right palm flips, up and back. Add your half bind. Keep the left hand there, bring the right arm forward, right forearm across your thigh, and lift that left shoulder. You can drop the right hand to the floor inside the right foot this time. Find the right knee into the right tricep, lift your left shoulder, twist your chest. Bow your chest forward, right arm underneath right thigh, and bind your hands behind your back. Keep your right ribs pulling forward, bend into the knee, and lift your chest. The goal is to open your chest up on top of the right thigh. Try lift your chest, Wade. Drop your right hip back and down, but bend into the knee. That's it, Wade. Very carefully unwind yourself, frame your front foot, step back, take a vinyasa, or go to dog. Bring your feet as wide as your sticky mat. Turn the heels in and walk your hands to the back of the mat, coming into the yoga squat, malasana. Having the triceps press inside the knees. If you need to grab a sweatshirt or a blanket and roll your blanket up to put it underneath your heels so that your heels are lifted, this can make it a little more accessible for some people. Now, what I'd like you all to work on is not letting your pelvis just drop and flop to the floor. Try and pull into the belly and lift your hips and press your sitting bones apart to activate your inner thighs. Make your butts bigger. Press the triceps into the knees. I know it works it, doesn't it? Don't let your pelvis just go. We got to work this here, okay? Now, take the right arm forward in front of your right shin, left arm on up. Don't let the hips go. Should be working your tushies. Left hand around the waist, right arm in front. of the right shin. Lift your the chest. Good. Try and allow the hips to be active and sink them down and forward. Lift your chest again. Good. And then very carefully unwind. Take the left hand in front of the left shin, right arm on up. Add the bind or subtract the bind. Very nice. And then carefully set your hands down. Crawl your way forward to downward facing dog. Readjust your feet. Look forward, step, hop, float to the top. Inhale, halfway. Exhale and bow. Inhale all the way on up. And exhale, hands come on down. Hands in front of your heart, lean into the left leg. Lift the right knee up and into your chest. Tailbone draws down, belly in, get tall. Right hand to right knee. Exhale, right knee out to the right. Inhale to center. Left knee outside right knee. Left hand outside right knee. Slide it down the shin to the foot. And then perhaps take the right arm up and back. Come back forward, bend into the right knee, hands in front of the heart. Hold your warrior three as you bring the head, chest forward, right foot back, right hip point down. Little bend in the left knee, high lunge. Exhale, warrior two. Readjust as necessary. Inhale, left palm flips, reverse. Adding the half bind, taking the right hand around the waist. Inhale, forward, warrior two. Exhale, left forearm across your thigh, right arm forward and up over the ear. If you'd like to take the left hand to the floor outside the foot, go for it. Inhale all the way up, warrior two. Flip the palm, reverse. Add the half bind. This time we keep the hand there, bending into that front knee, bring the left arm forward. And then the left forearm across your thigh. Lift the right shoulder, open your chest to the right. Perhaps slide the left hand to the floor inside the foot. Again, lift your chest, lengthen. And then you can bow everything forward, reaching under and around the left thigh. Lift your chest, pull the chest open, belly in, adding your bind. As you exhale, unwind yourself, step back, take a vinyasa. Beautiful. Flamingo. Bring your feet as wide as your sticky net. Turn the heels in. Walk your hands back. Come into your yoga squat. Now, if the bind within Malasana is what we're working on today, grab your strap. Hold the strap in your left hand. My right arm comes in front of the shin. I take my arm around the front of the shin. Left hand around. Trying to wrap my hand around the shin so I can find the strap behind my back. I pull the strap apart and lift my chest. Now, flamingo, I didn't just randomly say the word. We lift the hips. I bring my left foot to the middle of the mat. I keep my bind as I come up to stand with the knees bent. All right, I point my foot down. I lift my chest. And then I bring my chest forward as I point my right toes back. And then bend into your knee and set it all down. Groovy? So let's all do this together now. When you're ready, take the strap into your left hand or find your bind. Bring the right arm in front of your shin. You can totally do this with the strap. I think you can. So lift your chest. Hold your bind if that feels accessible to you, so you get this wonderful opening in the back. Or lift your hips, bring the left foot to the middle of the mat so it's underneath you, up to the right toes, and then all the way on up. Beautiful. Bow your chest forward, point your right toes back. Don't you feel like a bird when you do this? I do. And then lower your right foot easily back down. Let's go to the other side. Strap into the right hand. Left arm in front of your shin, right hand around the waist. Find that strap. Pull the strap apart to set your collarbones. Lift your hips, right foot into the middle of the mat, up to the left tippy toes, and then carefully come on up to stand. Point your left toes, and then bow your chest forward like warrior three as your hips go back, toes back. A little bend in the right knee to carefully set the left foot down into your squat. Inhale there. Exhale. Walk your hands forward, down dog. Beautiful. Breathe in your down dog for a moment. When you're ready, look forward and step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way on up. And exhale, float the arms on down. Beautiful. Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana. Now, many of you know I am a stickler for the strap with this pose. Now, you are welcome to use your strap. We have already done this pose twice. So you can take your hands here, lift your knee, take your hand here, and out to the side, right? You can also try and reach down for your toe. Hold here, maybe you're here. As long as you're standing straight up, you're in the pose. Your leg doesn't have to be straight to be successful in this shape. So you can take it out, you can come back to center, entirely up to you. If you love your strap and it makes you feel better, I'm totally on board. So you are welcome to take the strap around your right foot. What I ask, you don't do this with your foot like this. Your hand comes as close to your foot as you can allow. Hand to your hip, come up to stand with the knees bent. Stand straight and then straighten the leg. Your right arm should not be doing the work. The right leg should be doing the work. So whenever you're ready, please join me, either with your strap or holding your big toe with pointer, middle finger, and thumb. Left hand stays on your hip, so you can press that hip down, lengthen your left thigh, and lift your chest. Ooh. As you're ready, exhale, right leg out to the right. Inhale, right leg back to center. Exhale, let the strap go. Keep the leg lifted. Point your right toes. Lift the leg. Tell your leg, yes, you can. Stay lifted. Exhale, foot comes down. Shake it out. Walk it off. Whatever you need to do. And then again, remember, you can do either version. Whatever makes you feel comfortable and confident. That's the most important part here. But if you do use your strap, hand goes close to the foot, hand to your hip, and come on up. I'm going to lift and lengthen my right thigh, send the left foot forward. My left elbow is bent because I want my left leg to do the work, not my arm. Take your inhale, leg out to the side. Inhale, left leg forward. Exhale, let the strap go. Point your toes. Keep that right leg as active as humanly possible. And exhale, left foot to the floor. Shake it out. Okay, so we're going to start putting some of this together this morning. First up will be a bird of paradise prep at the wall. Again, you can use your strap if a bind is difficult for you. Now, I know it's hard to see me at the wall here. So what we're going to end up trying to do is take your foot up to the wall like this so you can find your bind, right? We're going to work on it that way. So you can be as far from the wall with your leg in line with your hip as is comfortable. You can be close to the wall to take your foot up high, right? So you're opening the hip, opening into the hamstring. Strap is in my left hand. Take it around. Right hand goes under the hamstring to lift my chest. Right? And you can stay there with your foot on the wall. You can tippy toe your foot off the wall so you are in the heavenly bird of paradise. Okay? So let's try that. So go to your wall, face the right side of your mat to decide how close or how far you'd like to be. Bend your right knee, set the foot flat onto the wall space. Left ankle under your hip. If you do not have a wall space, I apologize, I should have prefaced that. You could do this on the sofa. You just have to keep your leg lower. If you have a kitchen table, you could do that. Left hand holds the strap, take it around. If you'd like to do this without the strap, you're welcome to do so. Lift and open your chest. Keep the tailbone tracking down, not back. Belly in. Mine was not. And then carefully, after about 5 breaths, bend the knee, let it go, shake it out. Good. And then turn around. Left foot comes on up to the wall. Right hand holds your strap. Left arm goes inside the left leg and under the thigh. The elbow has space to bend. Try and lift your chest, balancing on the right foot, forward into the toes. Wiggle the left toes up and off the wall. Groovy. And after about 5 breaths, we take ourselves down and out. One more pose here. Again, you can use the strap. So I will turn now to the wall. I'd like to measure my position, right, when I'm at the wall. So you've all seen me do it where I take my foot up. I want to make sure my toes or my foot can be, actually my foot is flat on the wall and my ankle's under my hip. So I'll measure and then take my foot down, turn around. I have my left foot forward, so I'm going to take my strap into my right hand as the hand goes around the waist. Left hand down for support, right foot up on the wall. Try and keep the foot even with your hip. Then bend left knee to reach under and find your strap. Pull the strap apart and lift your chest. So you're in a bound half moon. Now, if the bind is not something you want to play with here, do half moon. It's perfect. You can just take your hand down, your foot to the wall, and open it all up. Whichever variation feels most appropriate for you today. All right, so let's meet with the right foot down. Take your time measuring, seeing how wide or long you should be. Right hand comes down, right hip under you, left arm stretches up. If you'd like to take the bind, you're welcome to do so. But notice, what are your hips doing? Are they popping out to the right? Can you press your hips to the left side so the right hip is under you? That was good. Nice. And then slowly, after 5 breaths, come on out, come on down, readjust to go to the other side, taking whatever variation you did on the first side. If you want to do regular half moon, if you want to do bound half moon, no half moon, that's fine. Remember, there's always secret option C. You never have to do what I'm saying. Unless you're being disruptive, then you do. Very good. After 5 breaths, slowly come on down, shake it out. Come on up to the top of the mat, and we'll do both of these poses now in the middle of the room. So please, head rush, don't come up too fast. Hands in front of your heart, right? Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, hands down. Step back plank. You may take a vinyasa. You may skip it to save your energy. We'll meet in down dog. Awesome. Left foot plants for warrior 2. Right foot comes forward. Come on up. Take your time with your foundation. Arms reach out, chest lifts. Let's find our bind. Right forearm across the thigh, left arm back behind the waist. Hold the strap in the left hand. Bow your chest forward, right arm wraps underneath the right thigh to find your fingers. Lift your chest. Right knee over the ankle. Look down at your right foot. Carefully step the left foot in and forward. Balance on the left foot. Maybe stay here in a prep. Come up to your right toes. Pull the belly in. Come all the way on up to standing. The heavenly bird of paradise. Straighten the right leg. Point your toes. Lift your chest. And then carefully bend your knee, set the foot to the floor. You can step back or you can come up to the left toes with the left foot in line with your left hip. Look at your right big toe, keep the right hip hugging in, and float the left foot up off the floor for bound half moon. Ooh, I can't do it. Yes, I can. Ooh. And then set the left foot back, unwind yourself, and step back. Again, if the bind is not something you'd like to do, take it to what is best for you, what variation you did on the wall. Right foot plants, left foot forward, warrior two. Into your bind, left arm across your thigh, right arm behind the waist, bow forward, wrap the arm under the thigh and lift your chest. Make sure that right shoulder is open. Look down at that left foot, take a few steps to get your right foot up next to the left, pause there. Straighten your right leg up to the left tippy toes, and then carefully try to come up to stand. Ooh, or fall over. And then carefully bend the left knee, set the foot to the floor, take a step back with the right foot so the foot's in line with the hip, lean forward, right foot floats up. Ooh. Step back with the right foot, unwind yourself, step back, vinyasa. Look forward and step the left foot forward outside the left hand, the right foot outside the right hand. Now, you are welcome to watch this little part. If you want to stay in Malasana, you're welcome to. If being in this position for a long time doesn't feel good, I suggest you come to a seat. Let me show you. So now, like I said, we're going to put pieces together this morning to see the holes. Now, we've done all three poses we need, and we'll put the pieces together. I don't think you and I have done this before. We might have, I'm not sure. So let me show you. We'll first find our Malasana bind and then come into our flamingo. All right. So now I'm going to bow my chest forward, point my toes back. Stay here, unwind into the bind. I'm going to find my right big toe with my middle finger, pointer, and thumb and stretch out fire hydrant. Then I'll carefully lower my right foot down, bend into the left knee. I can't do this and talk. And stretch the foot forward. Utthita Asta. And then you'll bend the knee and set it down. Cool. You may do this with a strap as well. When you find your flamingo and you go here, I suggest let the strap go, kick it out of your way to find your fire hydrant. The leg never has to be perfectly straight. So let's give this, any part of it, a go. So come back into your Malasana. Take your right arm in front of your right shin. Hold the strap in your left hand or skip it. Find your bind. Lift your chest. Now lift your hips and take the left foot to the middle of the mat. Up to the right tippy toes and come on up to stand. Hold your chest, hold your bind. And then bow your chest forward, point your toes back. Hold on to your right big toe with pointer, middle finger, and thumb. Left arm out, straighten the right leg out to the right. Left hand to your hip, float the right foot down to hover, bend into the knee, come up to stand, and stretch the foot forward. Hold for 3, 2, 1, bend the knee, and set it down. Shake it out. Everyone's standing, so I'm guessing that went a little bit better than you thought, huh? Feet come wide, and then we come into Malasana. It's always important to appreciate any part of the poses that you can do, and then set your goals to what you next want to achieve. It's always important to just even give it a go, right? So left arm in front of the shin, right arm behind you, lift the chest. Come up with the hips, right foot to the middle, into your flamingo. Bow your chest forward. Hold on to your left big toe, left leg out, right arm out. Lower the left foot to hover, right hand to your hip. Oh my goodness. And then come on up to stand, left leg comes forward. Bend your left knee and set the foot on down. Shake it out. Lovely, you guys. Take a breath at the top of your mat, hands in front of your heart, close the eyes. Inhale, lift your arms. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, hands down, last vinyasa. Step back, go to dog, or lower down with control. From your down dog, we'll find pigeon pose. Right knee comes behind the right wrist. The ankle lines up behind the left wrist. Hug the right hip back, left hip point squares forward, and fold down on top of your right shin. Try not to fold forward past your shin, but behind it, so you'll find a better, deeper stretch. If it's too intense, please come up to the forearms, come up to the hands. Ask Alison, I'm happy to help. And let's all come up to the hands. With your chest lifted, you might want to block for this position, having it on the bottom setting. I'll take my left arm underneath the right, rest my left temple to the block or onto the floor. My left hand is straight and flat. My right arm can lift up to the sky, and I'll wrap my hand around my waist. You might surprise yourself and find your right toes with the right hand. Twist here. Let your right hand go. Press the right hand into your mat to lift the chest and free the left arm. Curl your left toes and carefully slide yourself back to down dog, last down dog. Left knee comes forward behind the wrist. Line your right ankle up behind the right wrist. Hug the left hip back, right hip forward and down. And then you fold the way that is best for you and your hips. Hey, Chris, if you have to go, take a Shavasana like for 30 seconds or something, okay? Walk your hands in under your shoulders. Again, you may use your block as a pillow. Then slide the right arm underneath the left. Take the temple to the floor. You can keep your left hand flat on the mat. You can take the left arm up and around the waist to find your left toes. And then unwind your left hand, press it into your mat to lift the chest. Shift your weight to the left hip. Very carefully bring the right leg around in front of you. Keep the left shin bent. Bye, Chris. Have a great day. And the right ankle will set on top of the left knee for the double pigeon or fire log pose. Make sure your bottom shin is not under you like crisscross applesauce, but it's forward, so the shins are stacked. We can lift our chest. You can fold it forward, pressing your chest to the shins or maybe past. If you're very tight in the hips, you can always take your block, setting it in front of the left knee, and careful, set the right foot to the block in front of you. It makes this a lot more accessible. If your right knee is super high and lifted, gently turn your chest towards the right knee, frame your hands around it, and you can fold your chest down. Might give you an extra inch. Slowly, wherever you are, inhale, lift your chest. Take the legs out in front of you, bounce your knees. And then right shin on bottom, left foot on top, aligning the shins forward so they're directly one underneath the other. I guess one's over the other. They're not both underneath each other. Yeah, okay, that makes more sense. And then very carefully forward fold. Sometimes the English language is hard. If you had taken the modification with the block, or if you framed your left knee, please feel free to do what is calling to you here. And then carefully lift yourself on up. Take the legs out in front of you, bounce your knees. Sit up nice and tall in the staff pose. Palms attempt to reach flat on the floor. To assist, you can always allow the chest to press down and then work the chest, lifting it forward and up with the heels of the hands on the floor. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, reach forward, chest is straight and reaching forward down the legs. Sit back into the sitting bones. After a couple of breaths, you can attempt a deeper grip. Your hands are on your shins. See if they can reach a little bit further forward. You can hang on to your big toes. You can wrap your hands around your feet. Carefully inhale, come on up. Hands to your thighs, feet curve your spine, come on down to your back. Bring the knees into the chest. Give yourself a hug. Arms into a T or cactus shape. Drop your knees over to the right. Inhale, lift your legs. Exhale, take your knees over to the left. Inhale, lift your knees. And for the last 5 to 10 breaths, find happy baby pose, reaching for the outer edges of the feet. The knees come outside the right and left side of your rib cage as the soles of the feet press up to the sky. Draw your tailbone down, press the low back down. And then in your own time, release out into Shavasana. From there, once again, return to becoming passive, enjoying your respite. Noticing how we went from different poses and putting them together. Take with you what was best serving for you, knowing what you need to work on when you come back to the mat. If your hips were tight, your shoulders were tight, give your body the time it needs to get there. Don't fret over what you could or couldn't do. Just know with hard work and dedication, you will always be able to attain your goal. For now, rest, clear the mind, clear the body, and surrender to Shavasana. Slowly begin to wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes. When you feel ready, bring your knees into your chest. Give yourself a hug. Roll to your right side. Rest for a moment in the fetal position, supporting the head with the arm or the hand. Carefully push into the hands and come on up to a seated pose, sitting nice and tall. Eyes closed, the hands together in front of your heart. I thank you virtually and in-house so much for being here with me this morning. I hope you all enjoy the beautiful weather we're experiencing, have lovely, relaxing weekends ahead, and that we'll all be together again very soon. The light in me honors the light in all of you. Namaste. Thank you very much for playing with me this morning. It will be right over Zoom, friends. Let me just turn the lights on. What? Oh, thank you, mister. If you have any questions, let me know. Miss Janet, I've missed you.
Hey, welcome back.
Oh, thank you. Hello, my love. How are you? Oh, look how pretty you are.
How are you?
I'm good. You're so fancy today. Look at that shirt.
Oh, no, it was just to cover up for my yoga shirt.
Oh, you're so funny. That's awesome. Any questions?
Sweet class.
Oh,
that was
good.
a great
I'm
class,
glad.
Allie.
Good.
Really,
I'm so
really
glad.
nice.
Oh, good. I'm glad. You know, I realized I forgot to do my half moon sequence before we did everything else, though. So I was like, oh well.
We're dead anyway.
That's what
Don't
I
tell. No one will know.
But it was the easiest I've ever gotten up into Bird of Paradise. And
Yeah, me too.
Cool.
And I never did, I was never able to lift my foot out balancing on one leg before, and I did it once or twice. And what else happened? It was
I'm so glad.
I agree with everything she said.
I wonder what it was. Maybe we just
We worked up to it really well.
Yay! I'm so glad. Ooh, I did something right. I'm thrilled. Hooray! I built up to it all well, so they felt like they could stand up really easily for the poses. Yay! I'll take it. Well, I hope to see you all very soon, okay? Marcy, get that fan in your basement, okay?
Yeah, you're not kidding.
Right?
All
All right. I'll see you in the morning, Janet. Yup. Sandy, I'll see you soon.
All right, guys. Take care. Have a good week.
Face mask kit.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.